much, but we have to get into the card that the WNBA and NBC Sports pulled. They basically said, look, we're having a season with or without you players.
Stop what you're doing immediately. Shut off the TV, close every open browser tab, mute your phone, and lock the door, because this is not just another sports headline. What's unfolding right now may be the most reckless, small-minded, and self-sabotaging business move ever made in professional athletics. If you thought the WNBA had reached peak embarrassment after the Rookie of the Year mess, the Olympic exclusion, or the officiating chaos, think again. They somehow escalated it. Multiple insiders have now confirmed a bombshell report. The WNBA League Office, under Commissioner Cathy Engelbert, has formally issued a warning to Caitlin Clark over her landmark partnership with NBC Universal. Yes, you heard that correctly. They didn't congratulate her. They didn't thank her for dragging the league out of irrelevance. They sent a threat, a legal notice cautioning her that her new role as an NBA and Olympic broadcaster could be viewed as a conflict of interest. This is open confrontation. This is the moment where reality hits, and the WNBA chose to floor the gas straight toward disaster. To grasp how absurd this warning is, you need to face the facts. Caitlin Clark is playing on a rookie deal worth roughly $76,000 per year. That's a five-figure income, pocket change in professional sports, less than what some team mascots earn. And yet the league has the nerve, the sheer audacity, to suggest she shouldn't pursue multi-million-dollar opportunities that secure her future through NBC. They're treating a player they compensate like a temporary intern, acting as if they own her outright, as if she's LeBron James. You have longtime veterans who've spent a decade grinding overseas seasons in Russia and Turkey, sacrificing their bodies for minimal pay, and they look up to see a 22-year-old rookie flying private, signing 8-figure contracts, and now becoming the public face of NBC. That breeds resentment. It creates anger. And we're hearing that the players' union and veteran leadership have been in the commissioner's ear nonstop, demanding answers. Why does she get these opportunities? Is she even full-time anymore? If she skips a practice for NBC, will there be consequences? The league is folding to that pressure. This warning exists to calm jealous veterans who feel themselves being phased out. It's a performance meant to reassure the locker room. Look, we're cracking down on her too, she's not above the league. But here's the truth Cathy Engelbert needs to confront before she burns her own legacy to the ground. Caitlin Clark is bigger than the WNBA. That isn't opinion, it's measurable reality. Check the ratings. Check the arenas. Check the merchandise numbers. Without Caitlin Clark, the league goes back to commercial flights. Without Caitlin Clark, the new media deal, the $2.2 billion that funds everyone's paycheck, never materializes. She is the revenue driver. And you don't threaten the revenue driver. You don't attack the source. If the WNBA believes it holds leverage here, it's living in a fantasy. What's the plan? Suspend her. Go ahead. Try it. Suspend Caitlin Clark for working with NBC and watch what happens. The second you do, you turn her into a martyr. You ignite the fan base against you. If you think backlash is bad now, wait until you touch her over this. Fans will abandon the league overnight. Tickets won't sell. Viewership collapses. Sponsors, State Farm, Gatorade, Nike, aren't aligned with a logo, they're aligned with Caitlin. They're backing the individual, not the institution. If the league declares war on her, sponsors will walk instantly. And don't forget the legal reality here. NBC Universal isn't a small operation. NBC answers to Comcast. They employ attorneys whose hourly fees outweigh the entire WNBA salary cap. And if the league even attempts to interfere with Caitlin fulfilling her NBC agreement, the legal fallout would be catastrophic. NBC didn't bring her on to sit quietly in the background. They signed her to headline their coverage. The strategy is already in motion. Advertisements are live. The Los Angeles Olympics are approaching. There is zero chance NBC allows a niche league to dictate its programming calendar. This isn't a fair fight. It's a clash between a giant and an afterthought. The WNBA is stepping into a nuclear conflict with a pocket knife, and it's humiliating. It exposes a stunning absence of business sense, which is exactly why the word disgraceful is everywhere. Publicly, Caitlin Clark's camp has stayed mostly silent, but privately, sources say they're stunned. They're looking at this warning and asking a simple question: are you trying to push us out? Because that's the message being sent. The league is effectively telling Caitlin, you're too big for us. We can't manage your success unless we control it. And that's an extremely dangerous stance to take with a generational star. Caitlin Clark has leverage everywhere. She could earn millions overseas. She could help launch a rival league. She could walk away tomorrow and make tens of millions as a broadcaster alone. She doesn't depend on the WNBA. The WNBA depends on her. And the fact that league leadership fails to grasp that imbalance is alarming. It proves the people in charge are unqualified, steering straight toward disaster because their pride won't let them change course. And think about what this signals to the next wave of stars. Juju Watkins is watching. Paige Bueckers is watching. They're seeing how the league treats its biggest draw. They're seeing the insecurity, the threats, the lack of protection, and they're remembering it. Why would Paige want to join a league that polices her off-court income? Why would Juju want to rescue an organization that resents the very players who save it? This goes far beyond wrecking the relationship with Caitlin. It's about contaminating the future for the next decade. The WNBA is sending a message to every rising star. If you succeed too much, we will punish you. That is fatal for any sports league. And look closely at the timing. This warning dropped exactly when the NBC News was exploding, when excitement was reaching its peak. They undercut their own moment. Instead of headlines celebrating a WNBA star dominating media, the narrative became yet another chapter of league-inflicted drama. They drained the joy again. They always do. Every time Caitlin accomplishes something remarkable, the league finds a way to smother it with internal politics. It's draining. Supporting this league is exhausting because fans are constantly battling the mismanagement at the top. We just want basketball. We just want excellence. But leadership is obsessed with control. So what happens now? That's the real question. Does Caitlin retreat? Based on her history, her competitiveness, her composure under pressure? Absolutely not. She's going to appear on NBC. She's going to hold that microphone. She's going to sit across from LeBron James and challenge the WNBA to respond. She's calling their bluff. And when she does, the league has only two options: suspend her and torch the league, or retreat and look powerless. There is no winning path because they picked a fight they were never equipped to win. They boxed themselves in. If I were advising Caitlin Clark, I'd tell her to press forward even harder. Wear the NBC blazer into the arena. Do a live Today Show segment from the locker room. Force the confrontation. Expose the absurdity. Because change only comes when fans and sponsors push back. We are not tuning in for policy disputes, we're here for talent. And when leadership stands in the way of talent, leadership must be replaced. Kathy Engelbert should step down. The leadership has to be cleared out and replaced with people who actually understand modern media, the creator economy, and the basic reality that stars are meant to be elevated, not suppressed. This so-called warning is a badge of honor for Caitlin because it confirms she has outgrown the environment around her. She's a whale trapped in a kiddie pool, and the lifeguards are panicking because she's making waves. It's embarrassing, but it's also a signal that the current version of the WNBA is reaching its expiration date. If they don't change direction immediately, this league is headed toward collapse, because no organization survives a war against its own audience. And make no mistake, the audience is firmly on Caitlin's side. This is the defining moment of the offseason, and everyone has to decide where they stand. Does the WNBA genuinely have grounds to issue a warning, or is this insecurity dressed up as legal language? If they actually suspend her, is that the breaking point? Are fans walking away and canceling league subscriptions? Speak up, because this is the moment that matters. The league is watching. They're afraid of the response. So give it to them. Show them that the excuses aren't fooling anyone. Show them that fans support the players who expand the game, not the executives who try to control it. This situation is disgraceful, it's catastrophic, and it may very well mark the beginning of the end for the current WNBA power structure. Stop what you're doing immediately. Shut off the TV, close every open browser tab, mute your phone, and lock the door, because this is not just another sports headline. What's unfolding right now may be the most reckless, small-minded, and self-sabotaging business move ever made in professional athletics. If you thought the WNBA had reached peak embarrassment after the Rookie of the Year mess, the Olympic exclusion, or the officiating chaos, think again. They somehow escalated it. Multiple insiders have now confirmed a bombshell report. The WNBA League Office, under Commissioner Kathy Engelbert, has formally issued a warning to Caitlin Clark over her landmark partnership with NBC Universal. Yes, you heard that correctly. They didn't congratulate her. They didn't thank her for dragging the league out of irrelevance. They sent a threat, a legal notice cautioning her that her new role as an NBA and Olympic broadcaster could be viewed as a conflict of interest. This is open confrontation. This is the moment where reality hits, and the WNBA chose to floor the gas straight toward disaster. To grasp how absurd this warning is, you need to face the facts. Caitlin Clark is playing on a rookie deal worth roughly $76,000 per year. That's a five-figure income, pocket change in professional sports, less than what some team mascots earn. And yet the league has the nerve, the sheer audacity, to suggest she shouldn't pursue multi-million-dollar opportunities that secure her future through NBC. They're treating a player they compensate like a temporary intern, acting as if they own her outright, as if she's LeBron James pulling in $50 million annually. The entitlement is staggering, and it's enough to make your blood boil.